The eyes of Texas. You may want to be shut. Appreciate you stopping by here at the Voice of College Football. Best in discussion, debate, and analysis based on your participation. The latest now in our comparison series. We stop at the Red River rivalry, shootout, whatever you want to call it. It's moving to the SEC. And this is by request. Drufus78. Drufus78. Thank you so much for the request. And we are sizing up OU in Texas circa 2000 until the present. The head-to-head is 17-8 OU over Texas. And the Sooners and that offense, prolific against just about everybody, including their arch nemesis, scoring 60 points 3 times, scoring at least 50 points 6 times in those 25 games. Overall, Oklahoma's just been the flat-out better program, mainly under Bob Stoops. 777 winning percentage with 255 wins, 63 losses. Under Bob Stoops, 184-43. Lincoln Riley went 55-10 against Texas. The win percentage just over 70% at 213-93. Mack Brown, of course, had the most success, leading the Longhorns to the lone national championship in 2005 and a BCS championship appearance in 2009 at 140-40. Charlie Strong, a dismal 16-21, of course. Tom Herman almost won the Big 12 championship in 2018, won the Sugar Bowl that season, and almost got back to a Big 12 championship game. Just missed it by a field goal in his final season of 2020 before he was let go at 32-18. And there you see Sark, of course, getting the Longhorns to the college football playoff in a 10th season of the playoff. In the Big 12, OU dominant at 163-41 and Texas at 138-67. So a winning percentage of just a tick under 80% for the Sooners. And when we look at Big 12 championships, Oklahoma has dominated this conference unlike any other program in college football. Ohio State would be the closest in the Big 10 during this time frame. 14 Big 12 championships. Oklahoma, when they show up at the Big 12 championship game, mark it down. 11-1 in the Big 12 championship game. Ridiculous. Texas, only 3 Big 12 championships, the latest coming in the final season for Texas in the Big 12, of course, in 2023, and the Longhorns lost 2 Big 12 championship games. Texas with more success in the postseason. However, they've played in less big major games against top opponents. Of course, the opponents OU has generally faced have been the very elite of college football. A lot of Bama, Ohio State, USC type matchups. For Oklahoma, it's 11-13, 7-10 in major bowl games, and a beautiful 0-4 mark in the college football playoff, having lost to Clemson in 2015. 2017, that historic Rose Bowl matchup against Georgia, losing in overtime. That was their best shot, of course. And then getting drubbed by Alabama and LSU. For Texas, 13-7, only 7, not 17 major bowl trips, but 5-2 is the record. And then 0-1 in the college football playoff, having lost that close one to Washington in 2023. Although I'm not a big believer in specific AP rankings, over the course of time, it's a strong indicator of success and sustained success. Oklahoma's finished in the top 5 9 times since the year 2000. Texas, right there, surprisingly, at 6 top 5 finishes. So that's Mack Brown doing that work, with 1 contributed by Sark. Oklahoma, 16 top 10 finishes to Texas's 9. And, of course, Oklahoma's finished in the top 25 more than Texas with the national championship in 2000. Texas with 1 national title in 2005. And, again, Texas got back there in 2009 and lost to Bama at the Rose Bowl and lost the college football playoff game in 2023 to Washington. Oklahoma with a long list of playoff and BCS failures after that national championship. Now let's break it down to individual contributions, sizing up OU and Texas and their premier star players, the historic guys that have gained All-America status, have won major awards, and then moved on to the NFL. The number of All-America selections for both of these schools has been pretty staggering during this century, And it's a bit surprising since Texas has lagged behind Oklahoma in regards to winning percentage and championship game contending teams, that they have almost as many All-Americans at 30-27. On the Oklahoma side, some of those legendary players in this century include Ryan Broyles, a two-time All-American in 2010 and 11 at wide receiver. Rocky Calmus, who led that national championship defense in 2000, also gained All-America status the next year. Tommy Harris, 2002 and 2003, as we rip off some of the guys that are All-Americans twice during this time frame. Also Duke Robinson along the offensive line in 2007 and 2008. Teddy Lehman, the great linebacker, in the early 2000s as well. How about Roy Williams and Jason White, Dede Westbrook, Trent Williams, and we could go on. Guys like Derek Strait that we will talk about in just a second. On the Texas side, there have been two players who have gained All-America consensus status twice since the year 2000. Derek Johnson, the great outside linebacker. What a player. 2003, 2004. Then you got also Colt McCoy at quarterback, 2008, 2009. Other notables include Justin Blaylock at offensive line. You've got Malcolm Brown along the defensive front for Texas. Casey Hampton, Michael Huff, we'll hear more from him a little bit later. Quentin Jammer, Jackson Jeffcoat, a lot of great defensive players for Texas. Joseph Asai in recent years as well in 2020. Bijan Robinson at running back just 2 seasons ago. Oklahoma with 17 of the major positional awards since 2000. Texas with 12. Oklahoma sweeps the Heisman 4-0 with Jason White, Sam Bradford, Baker Mayfield, and Kyler Murray in the years 2003, 8, 17, and 18. The Bednarik Award goes to Teddy Lehman in 2003. The Biletnikoff to Dede Westbrook of Oklahoma. The Nagurski, Roy Williams in 2001. Derek Strait in 2003. The Butkus, 2 of those for the Sooners. Rocky Calmus and Teddy Lehman. The O'Brien goes to the best quarterback, Jason White, twice. Bradford, Baker, and Kyler. And the Mackey Award, Mark Andrews in 2017. The Thorpe Award for the best defensive back to Roy Williams and Derek Strait for the Oklahoma final count of 17. On the Texas side, we've already mentioned Derek Johnson is one of the great players in this century. He won the Nagurski and the Butkus. Brian Arakpo won the Nagurski in 2008 for that team that almost went to the national championship game. Vince Young is the Davey O'Brien winner in 2005. Colt McCoy follows up in 2009. Cedric Benson won the Doak Walker Award in 2004 as Texas had 3 Doak Walker Award winners. Deontay Foreman, Bijan Robinson in 2022. This last Texas team in 2023 produced Devondre Sweat as the Outland winner. Michael Huff, of course, had a great career at Texas. Thorpe Award winner in 2005. And then Aaron Ross the very next season in 2006 for the Longhorns. Both these schools rank in the top 10 all-time in producing NFL prospects. Oklahoma during this time, though, has a significant lead of 36 in terms of NFL draft selections. 117-81. The first rounders go Oklahoma's way, 19-17. Texas had a huge run early during this period, as you can imagine, between about 2000 and 2008 or 9. But Texas has been void of first-round selections in recent years. Every category goes Oklahoma's way, either by a slim margin or a sizable margin, except possibly postseason success, where Texas is 13-7 and Oklahoma 11-13, although we can excuse the Sooners for playing much better competition. You give me the 2 programs. They don't have to be rivals. Give me the 2 programs. Give me the time frame. We will compare them right here at the Voice of College Football.